Hi, my name is Triston, and I want to show you how I used AI to generate so far I'm up to 13 leads in less than 12 hours, and having the AI actually do all the work for me. Yeah, pretty darn cool. Now, I've actually been wanting to do some really cool like AI-based case studies for this channel, just showing some like real-life applications, some real-life integration, some real useful information you guys can use instead of just talking about, hey, here's all the cool stuff that's going to take over the world. AI is dangerous. AI is the future. Show you guys how to actually use the darn thing. I think this is going to be a pretty cool example. What I'm going to do is I'm going to give you guys a quick kind of summary of everything that's going on and like what I've done so far. Then I'm going to kind of dive into some of the meat and potatoes behind it, show like the actual, like some of the prompts that I'm using and everything else. And then, yeah, I think that's it. Just to kind of walk you guys through this process, let me pull up the whiteboard of truth and justice real quick. So the first thing I did is I created a buyer avatar. I do this by going through and researching, studying live people, so like actual people. I do that with like Facebook groups, YouTube channels, whatever. What I'm really trying to do is I'm just trying to figure out. I start out with an idea, right? I start out with an idea of who it is I want to reach and like the kind of specific problem I want to solve, the kind of client that I want to service with the avatar. And then I go to those places where I think that person's going to be hanging out. So if they're like in Facebook groups, if they're watching specific YouTube channels, that kind of thing. And then I'll go through and I'll find those people who most closely match the kind of buyer that I want to reach. And I study them. I have a whole bunch of videos on that. I'm actually going to be putting together like a little mini course on that process. So if you guys want to learn how to do that, I'll be able to show you, just because it's a really long, boring process, and I don't want to get too involved in that today. But what I did is I create basically a prompt that contains all the demographic information, all the psychological information, all the online behaviors, the offline behaviors, the fears, the concerns, the doubts, the pain points, and everything for this specific avatar, for the specific person that I want to reach. And it's turned into a really simple prompt, which is kind of cool. Simple, it's like that long. But that's how I start. And so what I had this avatar do, her name is Myri. I had Myri go through and write out a couple social media posts that would promote this service that I'm going to be offering. So just quick description of the service. It's a very basic SEO like boost using AI. Okay. So I said, all right, look, Myri, I need you to write this the social media post for me. And so that was step one. And then the next thing I had it do was I actually had it go through and I had it write out a script we'll just put over here, this is Facebook. I had it write out a script for a YouTube ad using my YouTube ad template, which I also have a video here on the channel that talks about. And then what I did is I made human versions of all this just so we have something to compare and contrast with to see how well it performs and not, or it doesn't perform. After that, I built my funnel. We're going to pretend like this is a funnel on a platform called Go High Level, which I actually really, really like. I'm still learning how to use it, but I figured this is a really good case study and a really good example for using that. So with that, then I had the Myri, again, go through and write all the site copy for the site, right? So all the text that's on the site was also written by the AI. And then what happened after that? So I published the post on Facebook about 12 hours ago, and then the YouTube ads just went live last night around 11 p.m. So those went, actually it wasn't 12 hours ago, it was about 24 hours ago. So this is 24, and then this went live about 12 hours ago. So I went live like really late last night. So far I've collected 14 leads on the system, and then I got one more through a DM. So I'm up to 15 total. Out of those 15, I think 3 probably aren't going to be a good fit. They're a little bit bigger than what I'm looking for with this specific type of service that I'm offering. It's like I'm looking for like super simple, super low competition, relatively low traffic, but like really just easy, quick wins, right? Because I'm trying to build this up as a case study. I want to see if it actually works. But like I said, I got probably 12 or 13 that are really, really good. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to charge each of those people $47 to go through and to optimize a single page on their website. And then there's a bunch of upsells that go beyond that. So like if we were to offer a monthly service afterwards, $500, something like that, then like just within these first 24 hours, that's an extra, and assuming we're able to close all 12 of them, like that's an extra $6,000 a month, which is pretty darn cool. And it's having the AI actually go through and create the entire like sales process and funnel behind that. Trying to see if there's anything else in here in my notes that I should be looking at. The AI should actually be able to handle the extended monthly service as well. The other thing is for everybody else who has signed up for this, again, there's 15 of these. And then out of those 15, we'll probably only be working with 12. But all 15 of these people are going to end up on an email list. And so we'll be able to continue to monetize them either through affiliates, through sponsorships, through joint ventures, and a whole bunch of other options related to that. And is there anything else? Eventually, what I'd like to do with this entire funnel and project, just because I don't want to work in SEO anymore. I've done that for a long time. I'm kind of bored of it. My ADHD's kicking in, and I need something that gives me more dopamine, and that's AI stuff. So what I'm eventually going to do with this, probably here within the next 6 to 12 months, I'm just going to see if I can actually sell the funnel, or like, set this up as its own little legit business, and then sell that business for a profit. I'll talk about that at the end of the video, just because there's some crazy numbers related to that. Okay, so that being said, let me give you guys a little bit of a tour. So this is the chat where I actually got everything put together. So real quick, and I'm not going to show the entire prompts just because I don't want you guys stealing them, and I'm getting text messages from my wife every 3 seconds saying, make sure that you don't show the entire prompts because they're just going to steal it. But so let me give you a little preview of Myri. And I actually need to change the name on here. Her name's Myri now, not Ali. But said, hey, look, I need some help writing a YouTube script for an ad for a YouTube video, and then eventually I told I need some social media stuff. So first I'm going to give you the persona, and then I'm going to give you the ad template. So here is the persona, and again, it's all of this. And they said, okay, cool. The next thing I need you to do is I need you to help me write out a ad script, or a script for this YouTube video. So, all right, cool. And I said, all right, so this is what the service is. The customer is going to go through this process, so kind of explain what that process is. There's a money-back guarantee if the rankings don't improve. I need you to act as a YouTube ad copywriting NLP expert for this. I need you to write a script for the YouTube video. The target audience is the avatar, and the CTA is to fill out the contact form. It needs to be within this range and everything else. And then here's the actual script. And then I went through and wrote everything out. So, all right, cool. Combine it, turn it into an actual script for me. There you go. And there's another one. And so it gave me these two scripts. And I was like, all right, that's kind of cool. I'd actually like to try it with a different voice. So I gave it another script, or another avatar, which is Brone here. And so it took Brone's avatar, and it wrote out a new script. It's like, that's all right, but I don't actually like the hook very much. And so it rewrote that for me. And so it gave me some new stuff. And then I said, all right, cool. I need to make a social media post. I need this to go on Facebook. And so I need, here's the information about the group. And I need them to kind of follow that same process and everything. Here's a link to the site. Could you write the post for me? Also explain the what, why, and how I'll be fulfilling the services. Casual conversational tone where appropriate. So I went through, I gave you a couple different variations of it, and then this is the one I ended up using and posted to this Facebook group. And so what's cool about that is, let me go ahead and reload this real quick, is that all the traffic that I've received to the site so far has come from that Facebook group. We just got another one. Goodness gracious me. Yeah, so that's all legit. And it's converting at a 29.5%. Which, again, looking at the posts and everything, that's pretty good. Then also considering that the AI, again, wrote the content for the landing page and everything else, I'm very, very happy with how this is going. So, yeah, we're up to 15 plus the one person who DM'd me. So, unless it's that person, it is not that person. This is a unique person. So we're up to 16 of these things so far, and the other person actually looks like they're going to be a pretty legit option as well. I already have a very high-performing client in that same space. So, I'm pretty happy about that. This is going pretty good. I'm very excited. Yeah, so let me show you the YouTube ad stuff real quick. And again, we don't have a ton of time or a ton of data on this quite yet, just because it just recently started. But I got 2 videos set up for this. One video is created by the AI following the script that we just looked at. And then the other one is actually kind of like the other extreme. So before I get into that, with the AI video, I actually chose a voice that sounded a little bit more robotic, that sounded a little bit more AI-ish, because I wanted to see how well it would perform, see how people would react to it. And then with the other one, I kind of went in the opposite direction. I kind of went a little bit more too human, if it's possible. So it's me recording on my phone like this, and my eyes are bloodshot, my hair's all messy. It is not a very professional look. But like I said, I kind of wanted to compare those two extremes to see how they would perform. And then what I'm going to do next is I'm going to take all the data from these videos, and then I'm actually going to have it rewrite the ads for me. We're going to optimize that. We're going to give it kind of fine tune that a little bit. But like I said, I just kind of want to see what would happen at this point. But here's the AdWords account, and let's go ahead and pull up the active campaigns real quick. So again, not a ton of clicks. The click-through rate's actually really low on this, but my cost per view is really low. It's like a penny or less. It's less than 2 pennies. My views to completion, which are really interesting. So the AI video, it's this one right here. The views to 100%, so people watch the video all the way through, 57.16%. And the people who watch the AI video, 36.6% make it all the way to the end. Now there is one difference in that the AI video is about half the length of the human video, so that is going to make a difference. But still, it's a 20% difference between the two, and I'm kind of leaning more towards this one. Like the drop off on it is significantly lower compared to the human one. So again, these just started. I don't have a ton of data on it. We've only spent like $10 so far. And so, again, we're still waiting a lot more data on that side. But the one other thing I wanted to show you over here before we head out is just the retention graph on these. So this one's the AI video. Let's go ahead and pause that real quick. And so you can see this is where we were able to skip the video at the end. So it's obviously going to be the 100%. But then that drop off is very, very low. So it's a very low slope, which is great. We really like it when that happens. So very happy with the performance for this video so far. And then with the other one, then there's a pretty big drop off right here at the top, but then after that it kind of lowers out a little bit more. It kind of evens out a bit more. So not as good, but still not horrible. Like I'm still pretty happy with this. Obviously there's still some more fine tuning that needs to go through. Obviously I need to find a better way. Something's still not performing very well with the ads because we're not getting the clicks that we want. So again, we're gonna have to keep working on that and optimizing it. But I think it's a pretty healthy start. So again, what I'm really trying to do with this, what I'm trying to encourage you guys to do, is not just use like single or simple prompts in ChatGPT. What I want you guys to do is to use ChatGPT and similar tools to really get into the buyer's mind, really figure out who they are and what they want, and then use these AI tools in order to facilitate and to speed up and improve your human processes. I think that you could probably just sit down and have an AI write out everything for you from start to finish, but I think you're going to see significantly better results when you are kind of working together with the machine. And I think my ads are actually a good example of that. So like the ads, like they have decent retention rate. I'm pretty happy with that, but neither one's really performing super well quite yet. Like I said, click-through rate's still really low on those things, and I haven't picked up any leads from those ads yet. There's only been 3 clicks so far, so like I'm not too concerned about them quite yet. But like I said, you can still see that area is not fine-tuned enough yet. That area is still not at the level that we would want that to be at. But the social media post is doing really, really well, and that social media post is where I kind of combined the human and the AI together in order to get that. So the other thing I want to encourage you guys to do is also to look at this, not just a way of creating cheap content, but to look at this as a way to really optimize your funnels and to use it to generate some more leads for yourselves. So I did promise one little bonus bit here at the end of the video. So I mentioned that my end goal with this project is eventually to take the funnel and to sell it. I was speaking to an acquisition guy yesterday, and the numbers that they were giving me would probably put the business at like a 2 or 3 times multiple for annual revenue at the end of, when it comes time to actually sell it, assuming I'm able to keep everything else going, assuming there's no like drastic changes in the market, assuming I'm able to continue generating leads and everything. Just as a reference, I was actually planning to only get about 20 of these opt-ins per month. And again, I'm 24 hours out and I'm almost at my goal. So I suspect that's going to be a lot higher, especially once the ads start to kick in and perform at the level that I want. But I sat down, I crunched all the numbers, and like, if I'm able to do this well here within the next 6 to 12 months when I'm hoping to sell this thing, I could potentially bring in somewhere between $300,000 to $800,000 for the sale of this. And I think that's pretty darn cool. So Again, just something else for you guys to keep in mind, something else for you to consider, and hopefully that will get your guys' interest going in this project long term. And in our next video, what we're probably going to do is we're probably going to go back and optimize these ad campaigns a little bit more, see if we can improve those a little bit, see if maybe we can expand outside of just YouTube, and see if we can get some more leads. So if that's interesting to you guys, if you haven't subscribed already, you know what to do. And turn on notifications, that way you guys can get the updates whenever these videos come out, assuming you actually want to see them. But I think that'll do it for me. Have yourselves a great day. See you in the next one.